At Caloosahatchee River, and this is the locks, and W.P. Franklin Core Park. There's a big boat going through. There's 3 of them in there. I missed going in, but it was called Thunderstar. And there's one, and there's one. Right across from where we're camped. This goes from the Gulf Coast to the East Coast to the Atlantic Ocean?
Yeah, no, to Okeechobee.
Oh, to Okeechobee. Well, then where do they go?
I don't know, Carol.
Oh, they go across it. And...
There's 2 little boats coming out down there. 2 little skidoos.
Uh-huh.
They just came out.
I bet they felt little next to... Little skidoos felt little next to that big boat. And there's the locks. And there's our campsite. Don's sitting at the table. And the truck's over there. It's a pretty Corps of Engineers. Now they're raised up in the docks and the locks so you can see them better. There's 1. There's 2. There's the big one.
That looks to me maybe they raise about 4 foot, but I'm not sure.
And there's the lock. Well, what do you call that? Is that the dam?
That's the dam.
Uh-huh.
And the other one's a lock on the other side.
Okay, that's the dam. There's fish off of that. I'm gonna walk over there when it cools off. It was nice sleeping. It didn't have air on. Supposed to be 88 today, though. 78 now. This is something different coming through the locks. It looks like a barge. I mean a tow, and it's pulling something. We're not sure what it is. It's a stand or something that it's pulling. It's gonna go through the barge, through the locks. Different.
They got 2 big motors on the other end.
Really?
Maybe not.
Down on this walkway here where they fish by the dam. And this is the campground. From here, this is our unit. This is where we walked out on. I'm sitting holding my camera, and there's the dam. And there's the locks. Really windy here. There's a house across the little waterway. Beautiful place. They said the boat goes out on Thursday and comes back on Sunday, but we saw it here Saturday and Sunday. I don't know. They also said there used to be drugs in that house. So we don't know who owns it. It's a big spread. It goes all the way the road we came in. Another one down there. Old stuff.
There was a lot of weight around it.
There was a lot of weight around? That's the old jail in 1891.
You northerners, take these. Well, actually, believe it or not, here you can spend.
Wait, I'm going to take a picture.
The gift shop right there.
There's the guy.
I think Kenny Rogers in the jail.
Charlie, we're going.
What is that thing?
What is that thing?
They did have your dress too.
You folks ready to follow me inside?
Pink hotel, pink
Well,
jail.
good. But don't for 1 second think that you guys use the front door.
Very nice.
I know, but it's true, ma'am.
Ask him how long he was married. He
Come.
used to be in a cage.
Who are you talking to?
This camera.
Didn't make it.
Oh, back in. Whole building. The church.
Down at the corner of this building on the right, that's the A1A rep 10 miles south of town on the sandbar.
Carriage ride there.
Put some damage on their boat. They're trying to repair it on Pedro Menendez de Alvarez. He heard this down there. So he took his troops and he went down there. He lined them all up. He asked them how many was Catholics. Well, there's about 30 of them Catholics. We turned them loose. The rest of them was Protestants. He asked if they wanted to be Catholics. No, they didn't think so. White stucco on it. You know,
Wall.
the reason they put stucco on there is because cocaine happens to be a porous material. So what it does, it leaks water, so they put cocaine on. Here we go. Now I got to get way over here. He don't have to.
The Lions Bridge. They
So
should call
they
the
talked
Lions
about it
down
while they
now.
come up the way to do that, folks. They're building a temporary bridge on one side. It's a drawbridge to
They're going to
Kena.
go on the scenic cruise, I think, this afternoon.
They're hollering somebody didn't get off. The train is fast, folks. You got to be fast on them. They already went to him and talked to him, and he said, you know, we could tear that fort down and we could make an 18-hole golf course. So they all agreed with it. And they was going to tear it down. The women found out about it. They said, no, we're not going to tear that fort down. We're going to keep it for history. Well, they put their foot down, and you know they always put it down on a man's foot. This old gentleman's been here for over 600 years.
Was it made of stainless steel?
It happens to be a large living oak tree.
Indians lived there. I'd like to point out that since 1777, this has been a cemetery, and you say, gee, it looks pretty empty, but it's not. There's not a grave site left in there. Made out of cedar and cypress wood. And of all things to tell you, it's sitting on top of the Talamado Indian burial ground. You see, by the time they built that building, the Talamado Indians were gone. And the tribe, the city, but the walls, and the moat, and the creek, and the redoubts. In order to be buried inside the walls of St. Augustine, you had to be Spanish Catholic. In 1821, a lot of folks were living here when Florida became a territory, and a yellow fever epidemic struck us. And people began to die at the rate of 2 dozen a day, and on that very day. There was a walkway out there that was a drawbridge. These gates are made out of coquina. They date back to 1808. At night, when it got dark at sundown, all the gates were closed. Here the gate was closed, the drawbridge was pulled up, and you couldn't get in or out of the city. No, the Spanish had you very well protected. If you were stuck out there, shame on you. We owned it. It was called Fort Marion, named after Francis Marion, the South Carolina Revolutionary War hero. It was a prison. It was a school. In 1835, the Seminole Indians were imprisoned there after the Seminole Indian Wars. Indians like Osceola, who was not an Indian chief. Osceola was a prisoner here. In 1886, what was left of Geronimo's tribe was here. There were 500 Apache Indians here from Geronimo's tribe, living in teepees on the grounds of Fort Marion when it was owned by the
We're leaving the marina now, where all these boats are, and we're on the scenic cruise. Go out on the river. What was the name of the river? Montanaz?
I don't know.
Something like that. There's a restaurant. We just ate at Tavern on the Bay and had shrimp. Yeah. Lots of seagulls. This is called the Bridge of Lions. They took all the lions down and put them in cold storage. We're going to build a new bridge.
Cost a little over $1 million. It spans the Matanzas Bay and river connecting downtown St. Augustine to our left. The Davis Shores to our right. This type of draw span is known as a double bascule draw. Commonly referred to as a jackknife span because it opens right along the pocket knife. Right now, with the bridge in a closed position, over 20 feet of clearance, Well, I need 20 feet to get through, so it's slip right up. Just beyond the river line, you see there's another draw span that was lifted that up here a second ago. They're testing the controls and cables on this new bridge that they're building. They've been working on the bridge. It's actually a temporary bypass bridge around the bridge in line. They've been working on it for a little over a year now. And they should
That's an old bank building there.
After they four-lane the road,
Lots of old buildings there. St. Augustine. That's a church.
every day you'll see horse-drawn carriages parked along the seawall. There are a few of them just up there ahead of us right now. We get guided tours around the city and take you down some of the old narrow, zip-lined back streets. This is going to be a little taste.
Where we rode around on the trolley.
Years ago.
And there's some carriages there.
The seawall was built to replace an earlier wall that had been built in the 1840s.
That's back in the front.
Here's a short section of that.
That's a good place for it. Why didn't you get it when you were there?
I didn't know you looked at that one.
Some horse and carriages there. I think you can see them. Tavern on the bay that we ate at.
This in Marcos. Harassed in a series of 9 fortresses that were built over a permanent type warfare.
Bridge way out there that we crossed yesterday to go see the ocean. We want to see some of that. The port.
I wanted to build this fort strong enough to withstand repeated blows from enemy cannon fire and sustain little or no damage to the process. In order to accomplish that, the walls were built 12 feet in space and 8 feet in height. Evidently, that worked out pretty well for them because the fort was never captured in battle. Now, the city of St. Augustine.
Put here by the
The
Catholic
cross
Church.
is 208 feet tall, made entirely of stainless steel,
208 foot
and
tall.
on the grounds of the old shrine of the mission.
There's a shrine there.
Just underneath the trees beyond the cross there is the ground.
Well, there's a dolphin there. I think I'm getting. There, I got him. Yeah, there's a dolphin. Where are you? Yeah, well, it's on my arm, like you tell me to do. And I waste my wave crashing. There's some big boats in there. That's the marina on Anastasia Island, where the state park is. We tried to get in there, but we were too big for it. All the sites, big sites were taken.
Oh, the star right above it. Take the star right above it.
Yeah, they're all pretty big. Looks like we're headed right for it.
He's going to turn around. He's going to the left.
St. Augustine Lighthouse.
Into the city a few years
65 feet above sea level.
around the lighthouse.
Goes out 19 feet, 19 miles. Like that.
Museum. So if you happen to be over that way, you might want to stop in there and take a look at that.
219 steps if
We
you
also
want to go up there.
taking tours up into the lighthouse itself.
This is a sailboat called a schooner that you can go out on. But it was awful windy cool today. You'd rather go on this boat. But it's going over. Woo, it's leaning over. This is the bridge. We went across on and rebuild a new one like it, put the lions back 5 years, and tear this other bridge down. Cost millions of dollars. This is the Catholic Church. And all these things have, this is the Wachovia Bank now, and they all have the stone and the red roofs and the red painting. Part of Flagler College.
Immediately recognized the potential that our town had as far as growth and development, so he returned in 1885 to build a couple hotels. But one of those hotels was causing Henry a problem. You see, he wanted it built on a specific piece of $84,000, building the Methodists their new church. Over here to your right, Grace United Methodist Church, the church that Henry Flagler built for the Methodists, and they have a sign up saying service in progress. They're open until about 4 o'clock for their place too. And is this stop number 9, Flagler Memorial Presbyterian Church. Ding ding. I don't want to ring the bell. There's a mausoleum inside the church that contains 4 vaults. One contains Henry, one contains his first wife Mary, one contains Jenny holding the infant baby in her arms. Other one's empty. We thought it was for his son Harry, but him and Harry had a little falling out. Harry actually ended up becoming estranged from the family. We have recent documentation, however, that it was actually meant for one of his wives. Now, my personal theory on all this, wealthy as Henry was, he could be a little thrifty about certain things. So when he figured out that him and Harry weren't going to kiss and make up, he said, hey, rather than leave that thing sit empty, throw one of the wives in there. Use Florida Power and Light. This is where it started. When they decided the rest of the city and eventually the state deserved electricity, we had to hook up to the generators that were in the hotel. Now, if you want to see the original generator, and each table had their own private waiter. Now, what's interesting about that rotunda are those windows. Those are 64 Lewis Comfort Tiffany stained glass windows. The reason they have that kind of milky appearance to them, we had to cover them up with 1.5-inch thick bulletproof plexiglass. Why? It's a college. There's college kids in there. Those windows are worth over $30 million. And we have over 79 Lewis Comfort Tiffany stained glass windows in the whole school. Believe it or not, we're the largest singly owned collection of Lewis Comfort Tiffany stained glass in the entire world.
Flagler College.
And I have no idea what the total value of the collection is because every time you ask somebody, you get a different answer. I have a flip it from January through April. So when you came, you stayed as elegant as the Ponce de Leon. The Alcazar actually ended up being more popular. First off, it was cheaper. There was no minimum stay required. And he had a wide variety of activities for the guests to do while they were here. The most famous was the swimming pool. He had the world's largest. And you know what? Hold on 1 second. Oh, no, you guys can get on. Thank you.
This used to be Flagler's Hotel. It's a museum now.
Founder of the YMCA's, but he is also builder of the Casa Monica Hotel up ahead. Within about 3 months of opening the hotel, though, he had to declare bankruptcy, so Flagler bought it from him. Henry now owned the Ponce de Leon, the Casa Monica, and the Alcazar Hotel. And he is the only one who had to declare bankruptcy in the first place. Even more people want to try to blame it on Flagler. But the truth of the matter is Franklin was a victim of circumstances beyond his control. The plumbers that he used, a union out of New York City. Halfway through the project, they went on strike, packed their stuff, and left. The furniture company that he ordered his furniture from, their warehouse burnt down and he lost everything. Then, just to add a little insult to injury, the yellow fever epidemic decided to make a comeback that year, and it was twice as bad as when it originally arrived.
Was that life-size Flagler? Was that a life-size Flagler?
You know what? I'm not sure. Through this black gate, that big plant that you see, that is the Spanish bayonet that topped our defense wall. But look at the top, out as opposed to folding open and close like the British Lions does. A number of years ago, a barge hit into it, and the damage was so severe that they literally had to start underneath all the muck and everything in the sand and rebuild it. So they went ahead. As soon as we get a significant amount of rainfall, boom, it'll come back all lush and green. Now, we have not had a significant amount of rainfall in like 2 months, so as you can see, it has gone quite dormant. Wow. It's relatively straight. While it's the right side that towards the canopy, that's because the breeze is constantly blowing this way. And that tree up ahead on your left, covered with the white flowers, that's actually the Confederate jasmine. So when we catch in a minute you're going to catch a whiff of it. It smells so
Better
good.
jasmine going up the tree.
It has kind of a burning smell to it. Yeah, it smells almost like a campfire or something a little bit. Now over here on your right, this wall, this is Tabby. Tabby is a man-made formation.
This is Anastasia Island, and this is the state park. We tried to get in here, but we were too big for all the sites were taken. So we drove through, and we could get onto some sites if they were empty. And it's really pretty. This is the beach. The waves are pretty high today. They're a little higher yesterday when we were out. Last night when we saw it. It's really pretty. Hear the wind, I'm sure. These are sand dunes. And then over there is the lighthouse. You can see it. This is an arch that they put up. They're going to have a wedding on in 7. And it's all artificial flowers. And then it has in 3 sections. They carried it. And it's ought to be really pretty, except it's really windy. The waves are really big behind it. Pretty, picture. Pretty way to have a wedding. And there's the beach. It's beautiful here at the state park. I wish we could have got in here. We've been half price.
Right. You've already been here, right? But you better
It's a big road, boardwalk that you walk out.
I won't let her. I'll wait on my tractor bus.
Oh!
I know.
But I'm driven it, and
But
it's
you've got,
four-wheel drive.
you've got to do that.
Should let up one.
Well, I didn't know that. We're at the other beach now, Volano Beach, where we were last night. And the waves are pretty high. I think they were a little higher last night. We didn't have the camera with us. This is Volano Beach. You can drive on the sand here like you can at Daytona. You know that. Old houses here. Historic houses.
Here's some other
And just let him wait. This one I like. Where the staircase is going up. This is a very old town. It's around south of Charleston, north of Savannah. We liked it last time we were here. We're working on the waterfront, so it's not as pretty right now. And the tide's out. It's all right. The big one's here. This is the city hall. There's the bay and the bridge. We're going to cross over and see what we see over there. The tide is out right now. today, so I can't see too well. See if I'm getting it, but this is the beach at the campground at Huntington Beach State Park in South Carolina at Myrtle's Inlet, which is south of Myrtle Beach. We camped here 3 nights, and we went to eat last night at a little place, Myrtle's Inlet, and then we went to see Carolina Opry, and it was not on until tonight, so we're not going to go because it was 20 miles away. Beach. It's a pretty beach. It's not as pretty as the west coast of Florida. Atlantic coast is not as pretty. It's not white. So they have loggerhead sea turtles here also. This is a fort here at the Huntington Beach State Park. And then behind it is a house called Adelia, and that was Huntington's house, and it's a ruins now. I'm going to take pictures, videos now, because at 2 I'm going to come take a tour, but I don't want to carry this and the camera. Well, I was wrong. That's not a fort, it's part of the house. Looks like. This is by the Huntingtons. Huntingtons came from New York. He was the wealthiest man in the United States. 1930. Came South Carolina because his wife was ill. Her health was bad, so he came down here, and she lived to 97. She was a sculptor. I went to see all the sculpts at Brook Green Gardens yesterday. I didn't take the video along, and he was a poet. This is the house, part of it. It's the ruins, I believe. And this is looking out. This is the courtyard. I don't know if the bars were on or not, but they are now. This is an archway into the courtyard. Looks like trees all along the lane. Goes all the way out. The entrance was on Route 17, way out there where the cars are. Way out there. Huntington went to Spain a lot, and he liked the Spanish fortress, and that's why he designed it as a Spanish fortress. It has lots of rooms in there. And he used local laborers in the Depression. It took 3 years to build. He would have it torn down if he didn't like it. There are parts of it. And this is our site at Huntington Beach State Park. It's in the woods. Kind of reminds me of Fort DeSoto, except no palm trees. And there's an area in the middle that has all in the sun. 4 barges here. We're at Grand Tower. There's 1 going south, 2 going south, and 2 waiting to go north. He's in a white truck, Don. It's very cold and windy here. It rained yesterday. There's Tower Rock. We decided to camp across the street instead of on the river because it's so windy. He didn't want to. So we're camped over here, across the river, across the street. There's 2 grandpas.
Oh, yes, I will. We'll be in touch. Congratulations, Mama.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw her. I saw all the kids.
A little different. I can't do anything.
No.
How did you go to church today? I heard. You were very happy about that.
They're eating.
They're eating.
My mother's eating? Yeah, she ate a little bit and 2 pieces of cake.
2 pieces
Right.
of cake.
Well, she ate a little bit. Said she couldn't eat anything. Yeah, I saw that. Why she's so thin.
I watched that on
What?
Guinness Records back in the TV show.
And there's marine dairy.
Isn't that cool?
Jeans.
Oh, that's big party. Big hit at a party.
It's Jean's husband. And there's her son and daughter. Oh, there he's going
Just your mom.
Just my
sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry. She's gonna be here today.
Hey, where's that smile? Oh, he's watching Wonder. He's watching Wonder. Oh, come on. What's that? Oh, Mom's not left. Mom didn't leave.
Now, Bill got up there and see where that hole is. He's cut out in. He's waiting for
Hand washer.
Open pit.
Logan Mitchell. Cam airplane. Full.
Come back.
2 guys.
Oh.
We saw him at a charity event.
I didn't. I knew to do this.
Avert your eyes. Hold on.
Yeah, she always seems to be by.
You know cats are better than
Judy and Wonder.
We're not doing any more. I don't care how sad your story is.
Lake. We're right on the lake. Site 54. It's really pretty. We have electric only. There's been some boats going out, but we aren't here for the weekend, so there's not as many boats. See, Don messed up that front compartment. And he turned. There's a dam over there. Oh, if I had record on. Anyway, this is the dam if I didn't have record on. And if I did, we'll have it twice. This is our site. This is our site at Dam West, Carlisle Lake, Site 54. We're right on the lake and we have electric only. I either have it double or I'll have it good now.
Illinois River at Peoria. Picture of our site at Spindler Marina and Campground in Peoria. That was a barge, a towboat that was over there. This is at Peoria. I'll try to.
Fisherman's Corner in Hampton, Illinois, which is across the river from Iowa. And I don't know if we can see these sun rays, but they're beautiful. Coming out of the clouds. We had rain this afternoon. There's the locks. That's number 14 Lock and Dam on the Mississippi River. And there's the towboat. And the barge is going in. We've seen 6 today, 7 today. And we saw 5 yesterday. And there's a lot of lily pads here. The frogs croak at night. We're right here in the water. Stayed here once before. There's some beautiful homes over here. Guess those are homes. I don't know if that's a home. It's a big one. Or a hotel or apartment or something. And this is our site, number 13. This is a beautiful core park. Core parks are so great. Clean. This is electric only, but you get it half price, and they're always clean and always by a river or lake. David Tripp's house, and this is their two new little doggies, a yellow lab and a black lab. Darling. This is their house with the woods in the back. Beautiful, beautiful. And that's, wait a minute, that's Kyler. Great, I got it right. Kyler petting his little puppy. How old are the doggies, honey?
Hey, Kai, cool.
Wait a minute, you can come out.
What?
You can come out so I can get a picture. And that's Trey. 15 months?
Hey, cool, spin.
Two little lab dogs, and there's Dr. Krupp.
I told them they better get out here because you're going to want a picture of
Yeah,
the house.
yeah. There's their puppies. He said they're 15 months old?
15 weeks.
Oh, 15 weeks, he said. Okay.
Hi.
I remember when Katie was a little like that. Wow. Yeah.
They're busy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, wow.
Hi.
Look at there.
Daddy, that's like,
So who'd have thought you'd end up in Iowa City visiting me?
Yes, who'd have thought?
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
Indeed.
Who are you?
I don't think these guys have really ever met you or known you
No?
that way.
Well,
They might have before.
they were a little, they were at Carolyn and Bill's wedding. They were, and no, it was that, yeah, the day before I think you were at the house, and get a picture of you all on the couch. And there's Michelle. They gave us a good supper, and it's so beautiful here.
You know the windows open up there? I'm backing up behind the camera intentionally.
I noticed that. There you go.
Camera.
You gotta get at the camera. Get in the camera. Get in there. Get in there. Oh, you're gonna do some action?
You're gonna do your dance, do your one dance.
Oh boy. Forgot it.
That's right, you don't have to do it by hand.
Oh yeah, I know it.
There's Trey.
On the river. Hey, hey, hey.
We're keeping this.
Don't be embarrassed.
Come on up to the shallow bay. Shallow bay is like a ripe banana. Come on up to the shallow bay. Hey, hey, hey.
Okay, someday you'll say, oh, they're gonna play too.
Yes.
See, they said they're going to play too.
We'll play it at your wedding. We'll play it at your
Yeah.
wedding. You got the dogs fighting. It's not the kids, it's the dogs.
What's the matter?
And there's Colson. And there's Tyler.
I'm Triton. He's Kyler.
Uh-huh.
He's Colson.
Uh-huh.
She's.
And the dogs again, tell me that.
That's Diogi.
Diogi?
And that's
Who
Sarah.
else is up there?
Sarah. Where did you get that name?
That's when they get wired up, but otherwise we'll sit on your lap and hang out.
They're English labs?
English labs, yeah.
Okay. This one's a little bit bigger.
Maybe not real
She's
high,
only
but
actually a
they're gonna
pound and a
be
half
heavy
bigger.
Is she?
Yeah,
She just looks bigger.
She's, well, part of it, it's
And
look
her
how much skin she's got on her. You know,
Oh,
she's got
yeah.
tons of
Her
extra
face
skin.
looks different, too.
You follow it down the creek, you can kind of see down there, and you follow that creek down, and then
Oh, you have a creek down there, too.
yeah, and
Oh,
then that
yeah.
goes down to the res, to the
Oh,
big Corville
wow.
lake that you saw.
And what do
from
you
there.
have down there? Oh, is that the fireplace? Is that a playhouse?
Yeah, so swing set down there, and
Oh,
then
there's a playhouse down there for the boys.
But when I get older, we're going to make it the top of it instead of roof. We're going to make it flat.
yeah, you want to play.
Wow. There's a fireplace and a playhouse and a creek down there. This is all of theirs.
You could.
And they have this nice screen room up here where we ate. And they have a deck yet. Do you sit out on the deck or?
Oh, we do.
Yeah? Good. It's beautiful.
And mostly in the screen porch just for the bugs. When they
Yeah.
come up, but mosquitoes are light this year.
Are they?
Look at this giant.
We haven't hardly seen any.
Yeah.
Diogi's dirty. It means they're raw.
But yeah, it's just kind of neat.
Trey playing his guitar.
I'm a beginner on guitar and piano.
Are you? Oh, good.
I play the song on piano.
Can you?
Just switch over to one of the other songs, but maybe do
This is Coralville Lake near Iowa City. Near Coralville, New Liberty, where Dave lived. There's a dam. We're at the visitor center. We wanted to camp here at the Corps Park, but they were full for the weekend. Pretty weeping willow. This is in Iowa. This is the Coralville Lake from the dam. It's a pretty lake. It's formed by the Iowa River. There's a campground over there too.
Did you want a picture with a camera?
It's a rainbow. I can't see it on here. It's fading out a little bit. It's a complete rainbow. There I can see it. It's beautiful. It was a little brighter before I went and got the camera. It's a complete arch of a rainbow. I don't know if it's in there or not, but it was beautiful. We had a little bit of rain and sun. This is our campsite at Saylorville Lake in Ankeny, Iowa, near Des Moines. Just cut to stay hooked up. And this is the lake out there, Saylorville Lake. The river dammed up. Corps Park. This is the Saylorville Lake. There's a dam over here. can see it. Oh. There's the dam. This is a Monday, so there isn't too many boats. We had some sailboats out there. Got Indian teepees. This is in Nebraska, and it's called the Platte River Archway to the west, I guess. The pioneers used it. They recreated it. You can go in it and see different things. Goes over I-80. We got off at an exit and camped, so we won't be coming back over it. And up on top is a kind of a funny looking bird. And it goes over to that tail. There's the plaque for it. And that's a horse up on top. A horse made out of aluminum or what? The tail.
Steel, probably.
Oh, and I guess that's on the other side too.
Yeah.
I thought that was the tail of whatever it was. Okay. Nebraska. And we were camped here, and they said Creekside RV. Well, the creek was dry. We're next to this grain elevator. And noisy, a lot of trucks, highway here, trains every 20 minutes, night and day. Very, very noisy. We're going to go to Cheyenne today. This is still Nebraska. It's on 50 miles or so to Cheyenne, Wyoming. 50 miles to the line. And there's a lot of buttes, some grazing, and there's wheat and something else growing.
Milo.
Right here there's no wheat. Different country. The others were the flat prairie land. Yesterday, yeah. This is the first day of July.
Pretty over there.
Over here? Over there? It's pretty over there, Don says. These are hills. The hills of Nebraska. This is supposed to be a statue of a wolf.
Maybe it is a wolf.
Howling. Up on top of that.
I don't know.
That's what it looked like to me.
Could be.
I don't know. Anyway, this is some more of this.
Train
station. The Depot Plaza, they call it. We're going to go to the train station, and they have cowboy boots decorated here. There's the Wrangler. And there's another cowboy boot.
About 8 foot high.
8 foot high. Okay. This is the Union Pacific Railroad Depot, and they've redone it. Kind of like St. Louis. Stopped to see the Lincoln Monument, and this tells about the Lincoln Highway. We're on our way from Cheyenne to Laramie today to see Mike and Sheila.
That's 8 foot.
Mike and Sheila Cook?
I just thought so.
This is the bust of Abraham Lincoln. This is the Lincoln Highway. This is old Abe from the side, from the view through the glass. See if it comes out okay. Put this up in 59?
Yeah.
This is on the road from Cheyenne to Laramie. First we had flat land, just a few rolling hills, and then we had the rocks, the red rocks and the trees. We went from elevation of 8,600 down probably to 7. This is Interstate 80. There's some pretty red rock. Now it changed again. Now the trees, see it? Look, it just kind of stopped there. Mountains with snow on them up back there.
Yeah.
And I think Laramie's down there in that hole.
There it's coming around you.
There it is. I just assumed Laramie was high up, but I guess all the towns are down in valleys.
Bring it in if you can.
Weekly. I failed to get a picture of, well, I might have got a video of David's and Michelle's house, but I don't think I got a picture. But this is Mike and Sheila's house in Laramie, Wyoming.
Dedicated to the lovely and talented Miss Debbie out there.
A little bit of cloud cover.
Behind every good man, there's a good woman, or so they say. Some people claim there's a woman to blame. Now the thing, you know it might be my fault. Take it around, Brian.
lights along here.
And that's after we left that pretty bedrocks and that trees. And
Look at this out here, Carol.
that's pretty out there.
Look at the clouds. Can you see yet?
Yep. I think these are called Vitavu rocks, and they're kind of piled on top of each other. Mike and Sheila come out in the mornings and kind of hike here.
You want to take some other pictures of them now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you better take them.
This Vitavu Mountains means a Arapaho word for earthborn. Looks like they're piled up there manually. Wyoming's very pretty. I'm not in the sun. And I think she's the Women's Equal Rights. And this is in front of the state capitol. And this is the state capitol, the dome. This is a cloudy day, but it's pretty. The mural in the capitol shows all the fishing and the hunting and the rocks and the farming, train, and mining, and sheep herding, and cattle, pronghorn, antelope, trains, mountains with, and there's Devil's Tower. There's a moose over here. This is a taxidermist did the stuffing of the, it's all right, of the buffalo, or bison they call it, inside the capitol. This is a trolley we went on in Cheyenne Monday, and it was a really neat trip. 2 hour, and they let us see it at Old West Museum. This is by the railroad station. They take you around. It was a great driver, great tour guide. They had a lot of 4th of July stuff here yesterday. Then this is a railroad station again. They got a beautiful story. Okay, I think I took some, but anyway, we are at Bronzeville, Minnesota, and this is the bluffs, really high bluffs in the back of us, of our campground. And this is us here with that gray truck and the blue awning, blue and white, and that fifth wheel. That's our backdrop, and they like to party here on the weekend. They stay up really late playing music. And this is from the shelter down here. And this is one loop. Then there's a loop over there where a lot of the seasonal stay. It kind of reminds us of Grand Tower, except a little bigger. And this is from the shelter. This is the Mississippi River. We've seen pleasure boats, a few barges, 2 each day. Then we heard 2 last night, 2 before we got up, or 1. And then they fish and they swim. This is right across from La Crosse, Wisconsin.